Well, hey folks, I know it's been a while since I made another video on a motorcycle, and I kind of explained partially why is that I decided to make my life more difficult, and I jumped the shark and bought something I always wanted, an old Mustang. Maybe I'll make a video about it, but you know, really the channel's called Wasting My Money on Motorcycles, not old Mustangs. It looks halfway decent. It's a squeak machine. You drive down the road and it's like squeak, 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 squeak. I've done a bunch of work to it already. So about 2 months ago, when I made the last video for the Z1R, I bought this. I immediately did 3 or 4 weekends of work on it. Replaced all the front suspension stuff, steering box, power steering pump, idler arms, everything. Then I installed a disc brake conversion kit. It had drum brakes on it. Anyway, I did a bunch of work. But it is a dog. If you step on the gas, it's just like, blah. It doesn't go anywhere. It's a 302 two-barrel, probably the original motor. I assume it's been rebuilt. The motor seems to run fine, other than you can't step on it. But when it's driving, it seems to go along decently. 3-speed automatic, and it's got a whiny rear end. Something wrong with the rear end. Looks like it's been leaking oil for a long time. Anyway, I've got a whole shit ton of stuff that I'm going to do to this car. And that is why I haven't been making videos as much. Well, that kind of knocked me off track for making videos. I will not reveal what the Z1R is currently looking like. It's almost done. I have this video that I'm going to put out today, which is doing the degreeing of the cams. I have never done that before. It was a huge pain in the ass. As you will see, I got back the Z1R's seat. That only took 5 months for the guy to put a cover on a brand new cover, brand new seat pan, brand new foam. I dropped it off with a professional guy, but he was very busy and he kind of forgot about it. And but whatever, it's done. So, what else? Yes. Well, I don't know. Let me know if you want to see videos on working on this. I'm not sure I'm going to do videos on it. It's kind of nice to just work on it and not do any videos. But then again, I'm going to do a whole ton of work. I'm going to replace the entire drivetrain, the rear end, the transmission, the engine. I have a 450 horsepower 347 small block Ford engine to go in it, brand spanking new. Got most of the rear end components. I have a 5-speed conversion I'm going to put in it with overdrive, so I can drive it on the highway no problem. So I'll be doing some work on something that is not motorcycles. Anyway, I may or may not make videos on it. I'm not sure. Anywho, watch the next Z1R video and have fun. Thank you. Okay, well now I have to degree the cams, however you say it. So I need to put this degree wheel. I took this sucker out. Let's see. Doesn't seem like it's going to be that accurate if I use the stock bolt. See what I'm saying? Like, this is too small. Anyway, I need to make a pointer out of some coat hanger, and I have to get the degree wheel on there and have the pointer point, to 0 when it's at top dead center. Probably use one of these mounting holes to mount the pointer on it. So let me see what I can come up with for that. Okay, this is what I came up with. So I did just use the stock bolt. I tried to get it generally in the center. This is the timing mark is lined up on the spark advancer that's on the other side with top dead center, and I also looked in the spark plug hole, and that's right at the point where the piston stops moving. So I'm fairly certain that's top dead center. Here's the pointer. So what you do now is you find top dead center another way using a piston stop, which I have now, and hopefully it will thread in. I got the right one. Okay, so let's see, what do I do now? Back up here. So I thread this into the spark plug hole, and I turn the engine forward until the piston makes contact with that. So I do this very slowly. And can't move. Okay. I think that the valves, yeah, I can see the valve dug into it right here. So this method is not going to work. So what do I do now? Well, I'm going to have to top dead center, bottom dead center. Okay. I was getting confused on this 0 here. I'm not sure I can use this. You see, I can see the exhaust valve. You see here, you look down on the spark plug hole, you can see the exhaust valve right there. And I don't know if it's going to focus on it. Let's see. See a little mark right there? That was the exhaust, the valve hitting it. So, well, what the hell what do you do in this case? The valve is contacting it. Let me play around with this a little bit. Beautiful day outside. Saturday. It's about 1:10. Got back from Taekwondo, out in the garage. I have to get that one going. Anyway, back to the Z1R. So that didn't work. That just gets hit by the valves, so it's completely useless for this bike. Anywho, so this is another method. Alright, so we got the dial indicator stuck into the spark plug hole, and so I've got it all set up here. I'm having a bit of a problem because the dial indicator base wants to move because I have it mounted on the frame, which is circular, and the base is kind of more flat. And it's a cheap dial indicator, so it likes to stick. But I think that I've got it close enough. So if you can see the dial indicator, it should go up just above 70 and then stop right there, and then a little bit more, and it starts coming down there. So there's kind of a broad range there. Let me bring it back, okay? So let's see where does it first stop? Right there. So on this degree wheel, I'm reading whatever that is. 22? And then keep going and see when it starts going down, right there. And that is about 15. Over here, you can see that it's just gone past the top dead center mark. So the mark is pretty close. 22 and 15, or maybe we could call it 16. Let's do that again. Back off a bit and then come up, and stops moving right there. Let's try it again. See, your dial indicator is not supposed to do that. Now I'm kind of lost as where I am. Where am I? Okay. So that's backwards. Forwards is like this. Now I'm totally messed up. Okay. There it is, 70. And then comes back down right there, and that's 15 again. So again, I'll back it up here and go. First stops right there. 24. 15. So it's like 10, there's like a 10-degree difference on this wheel between basically where it starts and stops moving. Now I just knocked it, so that's good. Same thing about 24. And right there, 15. So it seems like that should be 0 degrees. That should be top dead center. Yeah, you can see it there. So top dead center mark are lined up. So that looks like a pretty good representation of top dead center. So what do I need the degree wheel for? So I need the degree wheel to set the adjustable sprocket, cam sprockets, for the proper timing of the valves. So let's go look at that. I've got this at 0. That mark is lined up. Alright, so I think I have this figured out. I have a mirror here because I can't see the dial gauge. So I'm looking for the first indication where it starts moving. I've got it set up into the valve, the intake valve for number 1. And I'm going to move slowly forward. You can't see it, but you can see the exhaust valve right there. See how it's up? See how it's moving down? So as soon as that, exhaust valve, that's the intake valve. As soon as that contacts the tappet, the dial gauge will move, just ever so slightly. Right there. Yep. Let's try that once more. Sorry, I'm trying to use this mirror. Right there. So you can see that the intake valve is just starting to open the valve, and the reading is about 36 degrees before what I think is top dead center. So let's just double check top dead center again. Right there. And that's lined up still. So, now the confusing part. So it's supposed to open at 27. I'm looking for 27. Where's my... So the intake valve should start opening at 27 degrees before top dead center. It should start closing at 59 before bottom dead center. So, which way do I turn the sprocket to get it to open later? So right now it's opening at 36, and they need it at 27, so I need 9 degrees later. So I gotta go figure that out. Alright, so I adjusted the cam so it will open slightly later. I did it once and it wasn't good enough. I've done it again. Let's see if I can put this mirror somewhere where it doesn't interfere with the camera. How about that? Okay. So. A little bit past it. Right there. Probably a tiny bit before that. There. That's no good. So my reading is 35. So what happened? Well, let's go check it. So I've played with the adjustment a bit. It's all the way. So I think I'm at like 29. It's supposed to be 27. I'm all the way to the left on this, so I can't retard the opening anymore. I'd have to adjust the chain to go forward a tooth. And how do I even do that? Should I even do that? All right, why don't I check the front, the exhaust, and see how far away that one is. Maybe that needs a tooth also. So I'll try that. Okay, so I got it set up on the exhaust now. And the exhaust is opening here, about 70, 71 before bottom dead center. And it's supposed to open at 59, so it's about 10 degrees, 11 degrees off, something like that. So it's opening, again, it's opening too soon. And if I look at the adjustment, is there 10 degrees of adjustment there? I guess we will find out. I haven't showed the adjustment. I'm going to show that, okay? I don't think it's focusing, but you can see these bolts here. Just tighten them, loosen just a little bit. Move to the next one. There's 3 on each. Alright, so yeah, it's kind of the same pattern as the other one. 2 of them had more room to move than the others. So this one doesn't have a lot of room to move. The other ones do. I have to be extremely careful taking this out. I don't want to drop this bolt down into the crankcase. So let's see if I can get it to focus in here. You see that? So it's got some room. It's got a little bit of room, but not much. So I'll just do what I did with the last one. And I'll set it all the way back. But of course that's not really, so that didn't really get me the whole way with the intake. It's still a couple degrees out. But again, you know, do I really have exact top dead center? I don't know. I think so. Why did I tighten that? So I tightened that. So I have to let it move first. Okay, so loosen. Okay, now move it. Okay, I've moved it quite a bit. It's all the way, but is it as far as it's going to go in that direction. Okay. And what I'm thinking is, you know, since it's all nice and clean and everything, yeah, there isn't all kinds of stuff on it, it might be better to move the sprockets one tooth each now, so that there is some adjustment left. Alright, so now I'll try it like that. Okay, so with that last adjustment, it's at 40, 44, 43. It's supposed to be at 59 here. So that was too much. So I got to adjust it again. Alright, so I got the exhaust one as close as I'm going to get it. At some point while I was doing the exhaust or the intake, the degree wheel got out of sync, so I had to reset that, and then every time around I'm checking it. So we're right about 59, 58 when it started to move. So I think that one's good, and I'm going to set it back up on the intake and take another look at that. Well, after 2.5, 3 hours or so, finally got it in time. I had this one off, I think one sprocket tooth. Let's see if I can see here. Yeah, so you can see, so now there's a little bit more play. This one was off by one. And then when I tried to move the chain, I tried to do it by turning the engine, and that screwed up the timing of this one. And at some point, I couldn't turn the engine because, it was interfering with the valves. So I got it, but I played with it, and it took hours, and I've got it into time now. So, that being said, I am going to go for a ride. And this one, maybe I'll start it up here. back the next day. I was thinking about it last night. You know, that is not a good way to do accurate anything. And you can see where I had the bolt, you know, it's a little bit off center. So, and plus there was this plastic wrap on the degree wheel, so I took that off. I just want to make sure that I've got this right. You know, I don't want it to. I'm putting all this money into it. I want it to perform. I don't want it to run like shit, right? So I did what I should have done initially. This is the flywheel puller that would go in here if you want to take the flywheel off. That's very close, very tight, perfect. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do here is I just went to the hardware store, and luckily we have this awesome hardware store nearby that has a great pick a nut selection. They had in stock a 16 millimeter fine pitch nut. And you European viewers may go, well, of course they would have that. Yeah, not here in the US. So luckily they had this. So what I'm going to do is put the flywheel puller like this, and I'm going to put two washers or a washer and use this nut to secure the degree wheel in the proper spot. And because I was having this problem the whole time I was trying to degree it, where most of the time top dead center would stay at the proper place, but occasionally it would drift off a few degrees. So I had to get into this habit. I'd make sure it was at top dead center, make sure the degree wheel had not moved, do the check on the timing for the valve. I'm pointing, but you can't see up there. Do the timing on the valve, you know, check it, then again put it at top dead center to make sure the degree wheel had not moved. And I'm just like, that's super inaccurate. So I'm going to put this back on and I'm going to double check everything again. Well, I'm glad I did this, recentered this. I'm not having a problem anymore with it drifting off of top dead center on the degree wheel. That seems to be totally fine. Rechecked the intake, it was very close. It was more like 30. So I reset it to 27 again. But now I'm on the exhaust, and it's supposed to be 59, which is here. And it's coming in around 75 before bottom dead center. So this is before bottom dead center, so it's supposed to be 59, and it's coming in around 75. So I have to retard that a bit. And looking at the sprocket, that gap, the more I go and fill in that gap, you know, move the sprocket forward, the more retarded it is. So there's plenty of play to retard it. Okay, well that took 3.5 hours yesterday, another hour and a half, hour just now. But I think I got it. So intake opens at 27 degrees before top dead center, and the exhaust opens at 59 degrees before bottom dead center. So that's good. So now I have to take out these individual sprocket nuts, put them back in with some Loctite, and torque them. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn the camera on. I did Loctite all these. Now I'm bringing them up to 11 inch-pounds. 120 inch-pounds, which is 10 foot-pounds. Alright, so that's done. So now I need to put the tachometer drive gear in. Goes into this little hole right here. So there's this hole. And there's this thing that sticks in here, so I'm going to put that in. And then I believe I can put the valve cover on. Then I need to put the exhaust studs in. And then I think I can put the exhaust header on anyway. And I can get the carbs. I can put the carbs in. And then I got to do the rear set. So, okay. Ow. There's no threads. You just push it in. It's that O-ring, which is new. Come on, get the fuck in there. I suspect what happened is I used a generic metric O-ring and it's just too big because this one looks just like it. I think that's what I did. So instead I took the next size down and I put 2 of them. I don't know if that's going to work, whatever. If it leaks, I'll get the correct one for Partzilla. So this is the hold down. Keeping in sync with the fucking, nothing is easy on this thing. This is something that just pop in there and it should have taken 5 minutes. I'm probably on half an hour with this. Okay. And I did check that it moves. Okay, fine. Alright, so now I want to put the valve cover on, and then I'll put the exhaust studs on. And actually, before I put the valve cover on, not for human consumption, okay? Makes sense? I believe that this is for the cam lobes, although of course there's no instructions. Alright, so on each end is a cap. And the caps, I put some sealer on the bottom of it. Okay. Cap goes in like that. bullet sealer when it's a brand new piece of rubber. I don't know. Certainly, I'm sure that's not the way it was designed. And these are going to pop out. Okay, so I got to get all those in place. And I'll bring it back when I put the actual cover on it. Bolts. Sixteen bolts. And it's a lot of this. Alright. So I have an exhaust stud here with two nuts on it, interlocked. Okay. How many more? 7 more. Tack cable here. Paper gasket. So attaching the bottom part of the tack cable. There's some trick to that. just thread on there? Couldn't you just thread on there? Please? One thing, be easy. Nope. Doesn't want to thread on there. Fuck. Well, thanks for watching the video. As you can see, I get kind of frustrated working on that thing. I've spent a ton of money on it, much more money than I ever should have spent on it. Looking back, probably was a mistake to do this restoration. I think the bike was, too far gone. I mean, everything went wrong with it. I don't know. I'll do this complaining thing later. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I took 2 months. I took 2 months off in the videos. Probably I should have said, hey, I'm going to take a break. Couple of people inquired, and thank you for watching. I know there are some people that are watching this. Probably more people in the Netherlands than people in the United States. But thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye.